What's going on, guys? Coach C here, and today I'm going to discuss how to effectively prioritize and execute. Just kind of keeping on with what we've been discussing in the previous posts. So the first thing we've got to do is we've got to effectively decide, right, like what problems need to be solved in what order. So what I highly recommend you do, and this is what I currently do myself, is, for the week, I just write out what needs to be done. And then every day I circle like maybe the top 2, top 3 time-sensitive tasks that I've got to accomplish for the day. And so that list of everything that I've got coming up for the week, I circle the top 2, top 3, and then whatever I don't get done, that is a priority for the next day, so on and so forth, until all those tasks are crushed. Now, this is in an administrative setting. In an operational setting, things are a little bit different, obviously. One of the things that we relied heavily upon when it came to prioritizing and executing was the concept of division of labor. And essentially what this is this allows us to delegate tasks effectively as a leader. So within an organization, a team, a group, whatever, each individual member within that team has their principal or their primary roles and responsibilities, and they can perform them very well, right? So in order for division of labor to really work, trust has to be established. So trust from subordinates, leaders. Like, my subordinates have to trust that I'm going to make the right tactical calls, that I'm going to be a good leader in combat, just like I have to trust that they'll be able to effectively perform their duties and responsibilities as it relates to what we're doing on the ground in a combat operation. So these roles and responsibilities are defined, they're understood, and these individuals are able to execute very well. It's a form of decentralized command and control, so essentially it allows the unit to be more agile, right? So individual leaders don't have to be micromanaged. They don't have to be asking for permission to do their job. They know what their job is, and they're able to execute. Another aspect of this that has to be established for this to work is clear standard operating procedures. So everybody's got to understand the SOPs, how to execute, why we do certain standard operating procedures when. They also need to understand the tactics, the techniques, and procedures being employed in this respective setting, right? And then clear and concise communication from leadership, basically from everyone involved in solving the problem. So those things have to happen. We've got to be able to delegate effectively, run our problems to the ground. So if I decide, okay, this is the problem we're going to tackle, well, we need to put all focus and attention on this respective problem, hold off on the other problems, do what we can to hold them off. Again, if we've got too many coming at us, then that's when you delegate, right? But if we can solve this problem, we hold on the other ones, we run this current problem to ground, we know we no longer have this as an issue, and now we move on to the next one. We commit our bandwidth, our focus and intention on the next problem, so on and so forth. The relationship between focus and performance is another aspect of effectively prioritizing and executing. So focus is huge. We need to be able to stay dialed in, lock in, as they say. And then we also need to be able to come out of that problem and take a look around and exercise situational awareness. So performance is essentially our ability to focus on a problem, our ability to be intentional, right? But if we become too focused and there's too much going on around us, that can ultimately bog us down and prevent us from being as effective as we need to. So that's where situational awareness comes in. And again, a key aspect of situational awareness is your ability to observe what's going on around you, orient yourself to the most critical point of friction, and essentially decide how to solve that point of friction, and then act on it as effectively as possible. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Until next time, have a good one.